Okay, good afternoon. I stand before you as your first affirmative speaker for the final debate, topic being to repeal the death penalty in the U.S. Now, I believe the death penalty isn't effective to the U.S. I believe that it depletes our time, our attention, and our resources from focusing on the more pressing matters. I believe the death penalty is not cost effective, it risks innocent lives, and it also does not deter crime as it says it should. Now currently, 31 states today, they do have the death penalty enforced into their law. And that makes about 19 states that repeal the death penalty from them. So we're making progress. But I believe that we're ready to enforce a national law to repeal the death penalty from the US as a whole. Now, I want to talk to you about how the death penalty is not cost effective, how it wastes money, it wastes resources. And I want to bring up the example of California. According to the Death Penalty Information Center, since 1978, the death penalty has been hemorrhaging money from California with different categories of how it's been taking away the money. Through the pre-trial and trial, that's $1.94 billion. From the petition, that's $924 million. From incarceration alone, that's $1 billion. And in total, that adds up to about $4 billion being spent in the death penalty process since 1978. All that money could have been used maybe in infrastructure in California, education system in California, paying underappreciated teachers in California. And I believe that just simply makes it not cost effective. According to the California Commission for the Fair Administration of Justice in 2008, in California, the current system costs $137 million with the death penalty enacted into it. And it would cost $11 million for a system without the death penalty. It's literally spending millions of dollars on an ineffective cause. When we go back to the Death Penalty Information Center, we can look at the additional costs of the death penalty or an inmate facing death row than an inmate, say, in life parole. Additional costs would come out to $90,000 per year per inmate. With 670 people on death row right now in California, that comes out to $63.3 million annually. I know I'm throwing a lot of numbers at you, but you can tell that this is literally costing us millions of dollars of the California economy. And just a little tidbit on that, if the governor commuted the sentences of those remaining on death row to life without parole, it would result in an immediate saving of $170 million per year. That's a lost chance. We could have taken advantage of that, but we didn't. Now, I already explained to you how it's not cost effective, but I also want to explain to you how the death penalty can risk innocent lives. Like any trial, a death penalty can wrongfully convict someone, it can put them on death row, and there is a chance of exonerations, and that's been a thing of the past. According to the National Registry of Exonerations 2014, from 1989 to 2014, 1,304 people were exonerated from death row. 87 of those exonerations were from this year, and 6 of those were from California. So already we can tell that the death penalty has put people who are innocent, who haven't even done the crime, or maybe just screwed over a bit from the process, from the flawed process, into facing death row, to nearly facing death right on the door. The last point I want to make is how the death penalty fails to do the one goal it claims to do best, to deter crime. According to the North Carolina Coalition for Alternatives to the Death Penalty, in their article, Failure to Deter Crime, it states that nationally, murder rates are significantly lower in states that don't use the death penalty than in those with death penalty statute. So, really, the opposite seems to be happening. Where the death penalty isn't, the crime is it's not there, the statistics aren't there. And if you think that's maybe just one organization's opinion, we can look at the FBI's Uniform Crime Reporting Program in 2014, their annual report. And it states that violent crimes increase most in the Northeast by 5.2%. The Northeast is where the least amount of death penalty sentences are served. And I'll state that the biggest increase was in the South for 4.4%, the South being where they instigate the death penalty the most. So really, it's just showing that it's failing the goal that it claims to be doing the best at. That just screams inefficiency to me. In conclusion, I want to state that the death penalty is inefficient by not being cost effective, by risking innocent lives, and by failing to decrease crime rates across the US. And I believe, since due to its inefficiency, it should be repealed from the US.